Power to the truth. I want to express myself on the ideal of self-esteem among the American people. As you know, self-esteem is important for us to be healthy, humane beings. I'm not your ordinary patriotic American. I consider myself a Chicano de Aztlán. I was born and raised in the USA, yet I do not fully consider myself an American citizen or an American. Technically, I'm a U.S. citizen, and no, I'm not going back to Mexico. So if that was in your head, get it out. I want to be able to look at and think of America and think of all the Americas. You know, North America, including Alaska, Canada, the USA, Mexico, Central America, and the great continent of South America. That to me includes all of the Americas. You know, Cuba, the Antilles, Jamaica. So when U.S. citizens think of America, which I generally spell with a K, as in KKK, when U.S. citizens think of America, they think of the USA, exclusively of the USA. So, with that limited definition, I cannot narrow myself down to being a typical American. When we all see all of us as being Americans in the Americas, then perhaps I could self-identify as an American. I believe that self-esteem is necessary for us to be truly healthy, humane beings. We have many people who suffer from low or no self-esteem. Self-esteem in terms of self-love, love for ourselves, is taking care of ourselves, our bodies, our minds, our spirits. Self-esteem means self-respect. You know, respecting ourselves and how we move about in society. You know, being respectful to other people and keeping ourselves clean, hygiene, personal hygiene plus spiritual hygiene, and self-confidence, which to me is key. Confidence of capacity, knowing that we have certain skills, talents, and potentials to succeed in life. to achieve a degree of peace and happiness. In general, I agree with the Dalai Lama. The people want to live in peace, enjoy happiness, and enjoy the fruits of liberty. When I see or interact with someone who I know, going by behavior, going by statements, is a racist, for example. When a man who thinks he's superior, say a white man who thinks he's superior to other people, he suffers from low or no self-esteem. Because if you have high self-esteem, you don't need to cut anyone down. If you have high self-esteem, you can love and respect others as co-equals, as humane beings of Mother Earth, as members of the same family, the family of humanity. So we need to see that people that exhibit racism and other forms of what I loosely call negativism, which can include sexism, individualism, and other personal character defects, those people suffer from low or no self-esteem. So we need to help them if they want help. We need to accept them as they are. Doesn't mean we agree with all they are. Just means that we accept their preciousness as human beings. I'm convinced that if we don't get our act together, that our species is going to self-extinct, which may be a good thing for the environment, because we're the most destructive species on the planet. Look at ecology. If we have high self-esteem, we're going to have other qualities that are essential for us to survive on this planet, including a great love for Mother Earth, for nature, for the forests, the flora and the fauna, for the trees, the birds, the bees, and for all living beings. So I think we need to comprehend the essentiality of self-esteem today, and not pretend to be superior to other people because of the color of your skin, the greater or lesser concentration of melanin, or because of your social status, because of the material objects that you accumulated. A human life is sacred. is sacred. S-A-C-R-E-D. The life of a child in Iran is just as sacred as the life of a child in the USA. A man, woman, or child in any other country is just as sacred as a man, woman, or child in the USA. Americans need to have a great love for people, for all people of all countries, of all lands. If you have not noticed, or you're not aware of, in many millions in other countries dislike, if not hate, Americans and America. And I suspect it's not just the evil rogue regime, the sorry excuse for a government we have here, which is really a rogue regime. It violates international global laws on a consistent basis. It's not just that people in other countries hate the regime, the U.S. regime. Many, understandably, whether you agree or not, understandably, you try to understand that they hate Americans. Someone might say, well, hell with them, we'll just nuke them. Another anniversary of Hiroshima is coming up. Nagasaki. So I believe we need to, Americans need psychoanalysis. This is a very sick, twisted, insane country, including its people. Insane in a sense where Americans allow the government to slaughter other people in other countries in their name. Then wonder why we're hated all over the world. And if we don't speak out against the evils of the U.S. regime, then we become silent accomplices to the evils done in our name. So we need to understand that. It's important for us as human beings to have self-esteem. We take the time in our busy lives to consider the qualities of self-esteem in terms of self-love, self-respect, self-confidence, then we're going to tend to have a greater love and respect and confidence in other people. We are all on this planet together. So we need to see that though self-esteem in and of itself is not going to feed your stomach, it can surely help feed your soul. And especially say in the area of racism as a character defect, which, considering that the majority of folks in the USA are white, and there's a big issue about immigration, then we need to really look at how our own racism contaminates our relationships with other people. You know, the racist has a need to feel superior because of his or her low or no self-esteem. Of course, we see the social effects of low or no self-esteem among others too. The homeless, the drug addicts. I'm speaking of Americans in general, the general population of Americans, and the need to love ourselves, respect ourselves, hold ourselves in high regard, work on raising our self-esteem. And we start by respecting other people. And in return, hoping that they will respect us. They surely never will if we're killing them with drones. So I'll leave a few links below here in the description for further study. And remember to work on your self-esteem and to value and treasure all of the family of humanity. We are an endangered species. Love one another while there's still time. Namaste.